There is something about institutional knowledge when it comes to the postseason. The Golden State Warriors showed it, plus 13 in the fourth quarter. They also still happen to have one of the great players on the planet, even at this advanced age. Steph Curry with 36, and the Warriors have taken a 2-1 lead without Jimmy Butler on the floor in their first-round series over the Houston Rockets. That brings us to Playoff Central Live, presented by State Farm. Matt Weiner, Earl Watson, Robert Ory right there. You know, it's a 2-7 matchup. It doesn't always feel like that because you can see the young Rockets kind of learning on the job here in the postseason, things that a lot of these Golden State guys know.
Yeah, but they're still playing against legacy. They're playing against two guys who know to win championships, been in every situation, Draymond and Steph. They're playing against two guys who don't want to give the torch up and do not want to pass it up. And two guys, when you think of Golden State, Rob, you think about offense, you think about threes. Think about Steph playing off the bounce, you know, getting off of it, getting it back. But really, they define themselves defensively.
Yeah, for me, when you think about it, Draymond Green finished third and for Defensive Player of the Year. And one of the things people don't understand about Steph, you get mesmerized by his offense, but he's one of those guys that can, you know, you got a guy like Van Vliet, he can guard. You look at Moody, you look at this whole team, Looney, who I love, who can come in and give you good minutes off the bench. They do so many things because they're a veteran team. They're smart. They know how to put you in a position that you're uncomfortable with. The next thing you got a turnover, they got a fast break. And also, you know, when you play such close attention to guys like Steph, it allows their bench to come out and get like 42 points. So it was just a great game plan.
At one point, Gary Payton II had 9 straight points for the Warriors in that fourth quarter. And the point about defense is a good one. Too often, folks forget how good Golden State has been defensively over this incredible run. They were 7th in defensive efficiency over the course of the regular season, number 1 after they acquired Jimmy Butler. And even without Butler, they were able to get it done and make the big plays in the fourth quarter. How did they overcome Butler's absence tonight?
I think the bench had 42. And you think about Buddy Hield, who came off, and you said Gary Payton, who had those points in a row. When you got contribution by guys like that you're not expecting, because you know what Steph is going to do, you know what Draymond's going to do, you know what all the other guys are going to do. But that bench with 42 was exceptional. And sometimes you forget about guys like Buddy Hield, who at one point, he led the league in three-point buckets made. And then you got guys like Gary Payton, who you always forget about. Then you look at it in the book, he's a plus this, a plus that. He does all the little smart things, because when you think about him, you say, okay, he's not going to score. But the fact that you draw so much attention at the other guys on the team, that he's allowed to use his smarts and slip and get easy buckets. So I love the way Payton is playing. Hield
is second only to Steph Curry, by the way, and made threes over the last 5 years. It's crazy that they're on the same roster.
Yeah, it's crazy on the same roster. It makes you defensively. You have to guard the arc. There's no gravity to, dribble drives to the paint. But when we talk about them, we talk about Ron Adams, who put that defense together for Golden State. I played for Ron Adams in OKC. He created the turn in OKC with the Westbrook and the Kevin Durant young group. I was a part of that in the beginning. This is interesting. Previous game, Jalen Green has 25 field goal attempts, 18 from the 3 field goal attempts. Tonight, he only has 11 field goal attempts and only 5 from the three-point attempt. So they did a great job of defending him, limiting his touches, Jalen Green's, limiting his three-point attempts, making him play a different type of game, forcing him to take tougher shots, denying him the ball, being more aggressive, and you've seen at the end still staying chippy.
And there's a lot to be learned for this Houston team. They have a chance to be really good over the next couple of years, but this is incredibly uncomfortable right now for them. They're in San Francisco facing a 3-1 deficit, potentially if they can't win on Monday night, and maybe Jimmy Butler is back by then. Let's hear from their head coach, Ime Udoka, in San Francisco.
We have a decent enough offensive game. We're in good shape, but the communication with Red's really off ball. I think we did go after Curry, got out of his hands. Knowing who we're rotating to and off of wasn't the best, especially in the second quarter. Gave the lead back.
Coach, I think prior to the game we talked about the moment and how you said this team just has to kind of experience a game 3 on the road. Having gone through that, can you talk about the overall experience for them in this moment, in a hostile environment, a loud crowd, everything going on?
I think we handled it fine. Obviously, built the lead early. We're playing good overall basketball. So, they did what they did, went after Jalen quite a bit, and he made the right play, and everybody was making him pay from there. But to your guys' point, the defense, the let up and letting certain guys shoot it, rotating the non-shooters out of those blitzes was really what allowed them to get back in the game. And so I don't think it was a problem as far as handling it. We got the lead and just didn't maintain it and let them back into 3 at halftime.
Fred had a really hot start there and then scored only 4 points in the last 3 quarters. What were they doing, if anything, to take him out of the game? And why do you think that he hasn't been as much of a scoring factor in this series so far?
Well, we've been going after him and Jalen quite a bit in the pick and rolls. They kind of hawking them full court. When they do put 2 bodies on the ball, we didn't do a good enough job making them pay tonight. As you saw, I think we were 19 for 48 in the paint. That's not good enough. Point blank layups or floaters or making the right read from there. You got to convert those. They did with Peyton and Green slipping out, and we didn't.
What was the impetus for a lot of that blitzing and trapping? Do you feel like you can't really guard Curry as much one-on-one?
Well, it's not one-on-one. It's the pick and roll.
Is the way you want to go about that?
Yeah, we've gone after them quite a bit and make the others have to beat us. When they have certain lineups out there, it's favorable to force it to the other guys and make them beat us. I think Peyton hit a big one tonight when they were up 1, and that's a gamble we're going to take at times. But something we've done quite a bit is gone after him, and it's obviously worked out well enough, and they haven't scored over 100 in a few games.
Coach, the last 5 minutes or so, they're forcing you into a lot of tough shots, contested shots. What did you see on the offensive end for you guys down the stretch where you weren't quite able to score to keep up?
Yeah, they upped their physicality on defense, and then when we did have the good looks, like I said, we missed a lot of point-blank stuff at the basket, little floaters and some layups, and so they did all game. We did all game, and Peyton and some of their guys rolling out made plays, and we didn't.
Coach, you mentioned the issues that you guys had tonight. Do you feel they're easily correctable as we look ahead to Monday? And did tonight feel in any way like a little bit of a missed opportunity, considering they were without Butler tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we know they're still dangerous without Butler, so that doesn't change anything as far as that. I think it's something we've seen all year. Teams go after Jalen. Obviously, had a big game last game, so we expected that coming in. And when you does his job and has 2 on the ball and gets it to guys, they have to make them pay behind it. And so, nothing new as far as that. Like I said, teams have done it all year, and their gamble paid off. We didn't make them pay with that, especially with the paint shots. And so, something you can easily correct is obviously taking care of the ball a little bit better, finding the outlets out of that and making them pay. And it's a gamble on both sides when both teams are blitzing each other. And like I said, their guys made a few more plays than ours tonight.
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng với tiêu đề là bí đỏ. Bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu làm. Qua xe đi mình.
Mẹ xem gì mẹ đi
Đi đâu ấy?
chữ điều khiển ở đây đâu
Đây kìa. Nó bảo đi mà nhưng mà vậy đây nha. Nhưng mà vậy để trong túi áo khoác màu trắng nó khoác ở trên phòng. Ăn vụt. Cười. Ở đây con ngủ đây mới đăng nhé.
Gặp cực đây rồi. Đi. Này. Có thêm một không? Một đó. Có đây cộng một cái trừ đây. Chỉ quay ở đây cái đuổi quay về cho bạn. Mà quay miếng cả làm này quay 100 đâu.
Hôm nay chăm chứ. Thôi không làm gì ăn nữa rồi.
Thôi. Cứ ý định cứ đây nó là lúc gì. Thôi mình chậm hai lại thôi mình chậm vô rồi ra để chậm lại. Lại chậm lại luôn này.
Rồi đi chợ. Mày có bây giờ mày đi chợ mày có chắc chắn mày mua được lá nếp cho chị không?
Lá nếp.
Lá dứa. Bột rau câu dẻo. Ống vani. Bột năng.
Cái đấy em không biết mua đâu.
Ở nhà dân mến này đọc ra là có hết. Bột vani á. Cái ống vani để thơm thôi, để dễ ăn thôi. Nhưng nó chẳng có cái tác dụng gì sao?
Lá dứa biết.
Đấy. Thế đấy nha. Đấy nếu mà mua được 3 cái đấy thôi bỏ qua hoa đậu biếc. Không, thằng Lý không?
Quan trọng là lá dứa à?
Ừ.
Mấy
Chị đăng lên cho nhá. Úi giời ơi.
Chị đang làm gì? Nó còn học tiếng nó còn hỏi đi mua mà nó chả phải đây nhà tôi có này.
Tại vì cái đấy nó 1-2 lá thôi, nó là sẵn được mà. Vâng, tại vì em chỉ lấy màu thôi, em không nấu hết. Thế
Thôi là đi về chị em thực hành đi. Mang đồ hết tình chơi xả láng này.
Thế thì đi nấu buổi trưa.
Xả láng này.
Mất thật lâu mà nặng ra.
Đấy, hôm nay nghỉ xả nó hôm nay đi mai đi là đi học rồi. Hôm sau lại cứ cái đồ này nọ xong lại cứ hứa này nọ rồi tôi lại bỏ cái hỏi
Hứa cái gì? Tức là ta về ta lấy cái nồi điện người ta ra đây để
nên chưa mà nó vào hỗ trợ nữa tức là vừa được ăn vừa được hỗ trợ
để nấu cho nó đỡ lửa. Đây thành thị chợ.
Ai?
Sao nào lại nấu chè bưởi nhé? Ui đúng rồi. Nhưng mà mấy lần em nấu chè bưởi em không nấu được. Em toàn nấu đắng cùi thôi. Em làm không sạch ơ.
Tại vì chị biết làm. Đi đâu à đâu? Đang rồi. Đang.
Vâng. À không, em làm chân trâu, làm màu của chân trâu đấy. Nhưng mà nếu mà đấy thì em làm thạch nữa. Thì em xay nó lên là để
Đấy, cọc chưa?
Dạ. Em xay nó lên. Vâng.
Không khóc. Cọc tự cọc khóc à? Làm sao vậy? Sao đầu nó? Sao mặt nó?